Since the invention of CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, in the 1960s, there has been more and more, actually thousands of documented cases of people who have died clinically and come back and have recounted their stories. And if you're not skeptical of these people and you believe what they are saying, which there's been research at the University of Virginia on this subject, you can gain a lot of information from these stories. And because I'm weird and not normal, I do not watch Netflix or TV, and I instead indulge in a daily near-death experience. So here's some things that I learned from my near-death experience obsession, and I am safely driving. This is hands-free. So this one trips people out, and especially religious people, because people really, really hold on to this. But God does not judge you when you die. And the only person who judges you when you die is actually you and your own conscience. And if you have a very, very heavy, guilt conscience, say you are just a heavily evil person, or maybe not even heavily evil to your conscious mind, but just evil in general. There's a lot of people who are just bad people, but they really have self-convinced themselves that they're good. Most human beings actually who do bad things have rationalized within themselves that it's a good thing. But those people who are disconnected from the goodness of being a human, those people can even go to hell. So, but the judging is not from God, it's from you. So I would go as far to say as about 95% of near-death experience stories involve feeling at complete peace, bliss, no worries, zero fear, completely stripped of the human condition of suffering. There is the about 5% of the people that I was talking about before. It's people that probably inherently had closed their heart down at a very early part of their life and not realized how much they had affected other people. And those people seem to need to experience something on the other side that makes them realize that, because they didn't want to face it here. Another thing that's super, super consistent with most near-death experiences is there is some sort of life review. So life review can be anything from people feel like they're sitting in a movie theater and there's screens around them and they're watching it. Some people feel as if they're living each moment, every single moment, and then also living the perspectives of everybody else in those moments. So good or bad, you feel the effects of what you did. But the majority of people have a life review. And that's really interesting to me, because if you think about it, you have a certain memory of your life and you have your own story and your own versions, but in a life review, you can't hide from reality. So if you beat somebody up, there's a specific story of this guy who got in a road rage accident and beat the other guy up, and he felt every blow. Another consistency, and this is one that gives people a lot of comfort and gives me a lot of comfort, just as a human being. People see people who have passed, relatives, even if you don't know them. Sometimes it's an 8-year-old who dies, and the 8-year-old's obviously doesn't know their great grandma or whatever, but their great grandma comes and specifically says specific things, and they're wearing their trench coat or whatever they wore during their life that they were known for, and they come and they comfort the person who's passed, or kind of reorient them to what's going on, because a lot of people, unfortunately, in this reality, in this world that we're living in, believe that death is the end. So when you die and you're still aware and conscious, you're what the hell is going on? So you need some sort of orientation to the spirit side. So I'm going to end it here, but those are just the main takeaways I think I've gotten from all of my near-death experience obsession. But these concepts really have helped me change the way that I live my life, and made me realize that being self-responsible is not only going to help me in the end of the day, just, being able to take responsibility for yourself and your actions. It's not easy, don't get me wrong. But the ability to do that, and as hard as it freaking gets, I can't give up, because if death is not the end, and if the only thing that really matters is if we're positive or negative here, it's my job now to be the positive wave. I have no choice. And that's what I've taken away from my weird obsession with death. And people get so weirded out by the fact that I watch all of these stories, and I don't fear death like the average person, and that brings up fear in people. This isn't to say that I want to die, but I do not believe the same way that I did before, which was I just thought it was the end. And I just thought, I don't know what I thought. But I feel so much better now that I have the viewpoint that I have. And I feel like it's kind of our duty to like be more self-aware when we have this kind of information available to us. Or like at least I can't unknow it, you know? And you know what? Be skeptical if you may be skeptical, but I just find it really hard to believe that so many people would be lying. And why would you want to be lying about going to heaven, like, so you could get attention? Like, most of these people are like, I didn't even want to tell anyone. People thought I was crazy, etc. So, yeah. Love you guys. Follow me for more. And check out my crystal shop. I make handmade crystal jewelry. Love you.